What's going on, my trainer club? Today we are going to check out Lugia Shadow Form. Is it going to be worth your time to catch one or more than one if you have been listening to me stacking up those rocket radars? So welcome to the trainer club. Here we go. Welcome back, everybody. Let me know in the comments below, are you guys excited about Shadow Lugia in Pokemon Go? Do you know exactly what to do with Shadow Lugia? Do you know where it sits? Because today, what we are going to do is we are going to check out two things. Number one, we have Shadow Lugia. We want to check out where does it sit as a meta attacker, what's going to be the best moveset on that Pokemon, and then number two, where's it going to sit in Go Battle League, because I want you guys to make the best, most educated decision, especially if you have been following me for a little while, talking about the Super Rocket Radars. You guys have seen my videos, I hope. If you haven't, you want to check them out up here about stocking up on Super Rocket Radars, because in the past we have had a couple Pokemon come out that I have suggested that you look over the Super Rocket Radars and do not participate in Giovanni and stack them up for at some point when something like a Shadow Mewtwo comes out, which is the best Pokemon in the game right now as far as DPS times TDO. You can have multiple of them instead of getting one of each of Pokemon that are not really super relevant. So with that, we want to know, is Lugia going to be super relevant? If you have multiple stocked up, should you get more than one? And what is going to be the best case scenario for Shadow Lugia in Pokemon Go, including the moveset? So with that said, we are now going to check out Lugia in the Shadow form with the analysis of DPS and TDO. You have to combine the two, guys. Do not just look at DPS. Do not just look at TDO, because if you only look at DPS, it's going to be damage per second. That's just like one attack from Lugia. How much damage is it going to do? But then if we don't combine it with total damage output, which means over the lifespan of Lugia, how effective is it going to be? We have to combine those two because that one's more focused on the lifespan than the attack. If you don't combine those two, you don't really get a full picture of what that Pokemon is. Something like a Mega Gengar can have a really, really high DPS, but the DPS times TDO would be lower because Mega Gengar is slightly glassy. So it's really important to combine the two. So with that said, now you understand, let's check out the DPS times TDO of Lugia, Shadow, and Pokemon Go. And the number one, sitting at the top, we have the Shadow Lugia above the regular Lugia. So this is both Shadow versus non-Shadow form. Extra Sensory and Aeroblast is going to be the best combination of the moveset at 3,726. So like we do talk about in other videos, guys, when you're over 3,000, as far as a Shadow or a non-Shadow Pokemon, you're looking pretty good. Shadow Pokemon in the range of about 4,000 to 8 to 9 to 10,000, which is where the Mewtwo sits, are really good. And then we have the Megas as well on top of this. So let's keep combining these movesets and see where all these ones sit up against the non-Shadow form. And then we will jump into the overall analysis of, is it going to be worth your time? We now have Extra Sensory Sky Attack number 2, which is going to be 2,969. Then we have Dragon Tail Aeroblast at 2,821. Then we have Dragon Tail Sky Attack at 2,356. Then we have the regular Lugia coming in with Extra Sensory and Aeroblast at 2,172. And then the all psychic Shadow Lugia at 1901. Lugia regular, now we have going down from here at 1690. If you guys do want to go to the second page, you can pause it here and check these out, but guys, it is definitely significantly going down from here on out. So with the all psychic type being at about 2,000, we have Shadow Mewtwo, which sits at 10,000. Not even in the ballpark. It is not going to be the most effective Pokemon there, but it does have Aeroblast, which has bumped it up. So now we're going to be competing with flying type attackers. Is it going to be worth your time to use a Shadow Lugia as opposed to something like a Shadow Moltres or eventually a Mega Rayquaza? Where is it going to stack up against these Pokemon? Let's now check it out. So if we're looking at the Pokemon overall, the strongest that we do have, we have Shadow Mewtwo, Confusion and Psystrike at 10,859. So I want to point that out for you guys so you can see where that sits out. Then we have the Zacian Crown Sword at 6,748. This is going to be without using Mega Pokemon. Then if we go to page number 2, you guys can check out stuff on here. Remember, we do have the Shadow Moltres that we are going after. That's going to be at the top at 4,933 with Fire Spin and Sky Attack. We then also have the Shadow Honchkrow down there at the 19th spot at Snarl and Sky Attack at 3,902. And then if we go to the third page in spot number 22, we have Shadow Lugia with Extra Sensory and Aeroblast at 3,726. So that's where it's sitting overall. But I mean, you know, we're removing Megas, so we're giving it a little bit of a chance, but also we want to see just strictly as a charged attack flying move Pokemon, because it doesn't get a flying type fast move. Where is it going to sit? So we're going to have Moltres in here, we're going to have Mega Rayquaza from the future, and we're going to see where these Pokemon do sit and what's going to be the best for us to use this Shadow Lugia for. All right, sitting at the top, no surprise here, Mega Rayquaza, Dragon Tail, Hurricane, 12,130. Then we have Shadow Moltres in the actual first available spot, Fire Spin, Sky Attack at 4,933. Shadow Ho-Oh, Incinerate, Brave Bird at 4,095. A little bit further from the Moltres, but not too far. Then we have Shadow Honchkrow with Snarl and Sky Attack at 3,902. And then in the fourth spot available right now, Shadow Lugia with Extra Sensory and Aeroblast at 3,726, followed by a Shadow Dragonite with Hurricane 3,676. Mega Pidgeot, Gust and Brave Bird at 3,658. Shadow Zapdos with Drill Peck at 3,611. Shadow Staraptor, actually, with Brave Bird at 2,799. And then Moltres, regular form, Fire Spin, Sky Attack at 2,742. So, if we are looking at the overall meta raid attackers, where's Lugia? It's going to be in spot number 4. Does that mean it's the most effective? It does not. What I would rather have you guys do is have multiple Shadow Moltreses than multiple Shadow Lugias. So right now, I suggest that you guys, from a meta raid attacker standpoint, you catch one, just to have it. You have the Shadow Lugia. It's better in the Shadow form than it is in the non-Shadow form. That is for certain. We already saw that when we checked out its moveset. So having multiple of these, since it doesn't sit at the top, it doesn't make sense to me to have multiple. So I would suggest you guys only catch one Shadow Lugia just to have, and you keep your Rocket Radar stocked up for future Shadow Pokemon. And then obviously, since we just got the Shadow Ho-Oh, and Shadow Ho-Oh's better than Shadow Lugia with the Incinerate and the Brave Bird combination, and Shadow Honchkrow with Sky Attack, that's not even a legendary, is better than Lugia, that's going to be my recommendation, one and done for this specific Pokemon regardless. Do not purify it though, it is much better as a Shadow form. But the one thing I do want to point out here is on your Lugia, once you do catch it, I suggest you TM away Frustration immediately. But if you want to use it as a meta raid attacker, you're going to need an elite charged TM to be able to put Aeroblast on that Pokemon to be able to make it its most effective point. So, not only do you have to catch it, then you have to TM away Frustration, then you have to use a valuable resource to get Aeroblast to put it in the 4th spot. So am I going to do that? Am I going to TM away Frustration? Absolutely. Am I going to put Aeroblast on that Pokemon and max it out? I am not going to do that right now. I don't think it's worth it, and since I already have a Shadow Moltres already powered up with Sky Attack, it's not really in my best interest to do this. You guys can let me know what you do think, and especially since Lugia is beaten out by Ho-Oh, and Ho-Oh Shadow does not need an Elite TM to be able to get that moveset on it, I'll let you guys decide there. That's gonna lead us into the Go Battle League, because remember, I said that I do think that it's gonna be up there, but I'm not 100% certain if it is going to take over the top spot, because we have some really powerful, tanky Lugia in there. Do we really want to diminish its tankiness to set it up for a little bit stronger of an attack? I don't know. Let's let PvPoke tell us. So for PvP, the Lugia recommended moveset is going to be unanimously Dragon Tail as the quick move. Then we have Aeroblast and Sky Attack. Aeroblast being the legacy moveset. But as far as the Great League, it's going to be 137, and in the Shadow form, it's going to be ranked 165. So the regular is beating out in the Great League. As far as the Ultra League, we're looking at a rank 27 for the regular and a rank 85 for the Shadow. Quite different there. Which then is going to lead us into the Master League Classic and the Master League Regular. Where is it going to sit? In the Classic, we have Lugia ranked number 4, and then in the Shadow form, it's going to be ranked 15. So it is pretty viable in that option. So that is something, if you do choose to get it a little bit less tanky, and you want it to hit a little bit harder with the Dragon Tail to affect a lot of the other dragons that may be in there, that could be something that you do use, but just remember that losing the tankiness kind of loses out on the survivability of this Pokemon and what really makes it shine. Which then leads us into the Master League Uncapped Regular League. Number 1 ranked is going to be Lugia non-Shadow form, and rank number 6 is going to be the Shadow form, and it needs to have Aeroblast to be its most effective form. So it's still in the top 10 in the Master League Uncapped. Would I suggest you potentially use it? Maybe. If you want to have one with Aeroblast, you can multi-purpose it between the Master League and a meta raid attacker. That's totally fair. I totally get that. That's something that I would definitely support. But to have a team of, or a couple, 1 or 2, or even 3 maxed out Lugia Shadow form with using elite charge TMs on them, I do not think is worth it for you. So, with all that said, 1 Shadow Lugia is my recommendation. Anything beyond that is not my recommendation, and it is not served best in the Great or the Ultra League. It's gonna shine brightest in the Master League Uncapped. So, with that said, do what you want with it, but there's my recommendation, and there are gonna be the stats to support what my decisions are and what my recommendations are. Let me know in the comments below, what do you plan to do with this Shadow Lugia? So with that said, I appreciate you guys tuning in, as always, to all of my likers, commenters, subscribers, Patreon members, everybody who takes their support, subscription, and participation to the next level. I'm gonna see you guys out on the next video. Peace. I want to take this time to thank everybody who supports me in every facet. It means the world to me, and an extra special thank you to all my Patreons. I greatly appreciate the extra support to continue to allow me to pursue Pokemon Go full time, allowing me to create my daily video uploads in the most timely fashion for everyone's benefit. Plus, I get the amazing experience of sharing my creative processes behind the scenes and raiding all around the globe with select upper tiers. Thank you everybody for being a part of the Trainer Club. You all mean the absolute world to me, and I will see you guys out on the next video.